Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I have a very special guest with us today. Everybody say hi to Kelly, my sister-in-law. Hi Kelly. So with Kelly today, we are going to talk about one of the things that fascinates people about France around the world, which is French, very specifically Parisian fashion. So fashion has been something that everybody's obsessed with France since like the 17th century when they were exporting and driving fashion across the world. And it's been really interesting for everybody since then. Before we jump into it with Kelly, I want her to tell us a little bit about her background and why I thought she was the perfect expert to be with us on this video today.
Thanks, Kate. So as you can tell, I'm American because
Great accent!
because I was born in the States, but actually my parents are French, so I'm completely French. My entire family is French.
It means we've got a real expert with us today, you guys. A Franco-American who's here to tell us all about fashion. What do you do today, Kelly?
So today I work for a luxury company, and I more specifically work in fashion for this luxury company. So maybe I can help you out with a few tips today.
So as you guys can see, we are in great hands having Kelly as our expert fashionista with us today. Just to give everybody a bit of an idea of your fashion style, how would you describe your fashion in like 3 words?
I would say minimal. I do go for comfort, so comfort and with a little bit of a boyish twist, I would say.
Okay, very cool. And to put you on the spot, how would you describe my fashion? I'm kidding. Let's not have Kelly describe my fashion. I'm not very fashionable, so that's why we needed an expert for this video. So now that we know Kelly a little bit better, let's jump into the 8 tips that we have to dress like a Parisian woman. Please stick around for the end because I have put together some very fun rapid fire questions about fashion for Kelly that she has not seen in advance. Dun, da, da, da. And below there's also a 1-pager if you guys are interested. It is the top 10 essentials that you should have in your wardrobe if you want to dress like a French woman. Kelly helped me with them, so it's not just coming from me. You can get the whole 1-pager below if you just click on the link. Are you ready? Let's go.
Let's start.
So the first one would be quality over quantity. Something that I've really noticed since moving to Paris is that people's wardrobes aren't necessarily as huge as they are in the States. And I don't know if that's because in Paris, my closet is minuscule, and so maybe we just don't have room to have as much. I'm thinking that it's probably not that. But they tend to have like really statement pieces or investment pieces, I feel like, that they kind of wear all the time. I don't know if you would say that that's kind of your impression or...
That's true. It's true for me at least, and I think it's true for everyone that's in Paris. I would say that people like to have to invest into pieces that'll last a lifetime or that'll last a long time at least. So especially if they're classic pieces, it's nicer to invest in them.
Yeah, because you know you're going to wear them all the time.
Exactly.
I feel like people are still really trendy in Paris. So for example, if you buy like a classical piece that will last you for say like 10 years, you're still kind of either messing with your accessories or changing up with scarves, or I don't know if it's your shoes, but they do have pieces that I feel like they would change up depending on like what's in style right now, and then still have like their base wardrobe that stays pretty much the same over a long period of time.
Yeah, I feel like you would play up with maybe your shoes or maybe a scarf. There's always a little detail that makes it so that everything wraps together and it is different so that you're not looking like you're wearing the same thing every day.
Yeah.
But
if you like had to pick an investment, like what would you invest in for your pieces? Like would it be a blazer, or like what part of the outfit would you say is your investment pieces?
For sure, I'll invest in pieces like a blazer that I can wear in my personal life and in work. Yeah. So those will be pieces that I'll invest in. Sweaters also, and then jeans.
Yeah.
A classic jean.
Kelly's a big jean girl. Yeah. Okay. What would be your favorite brand to invest in for like classic pieces?
Oh, that's hard.
Putting you on the spot.
Yeah, I think I would. I think I would invest in maybe some Joseph. It's a brand.
Never heard of it. I'm going to show already how much I know.
That has a lot of good basics, really good quality, and then Acne, which is a little bit more boyish, but yeah, if you can splurge a bit on some blazers or a nice vest or coat, those are the 2 brands.
And then would you probably then be buying like your t-shirts would be things that you would probably change in and out a lot, or I'm trying to think like the tops or...
The t-shirts are actually something that I'll try to spend less on.
Yeah.
But I found a good brand for t-shirts lately. For white t-shirts, I'm a big white t-shirt girl, so
Easy, jeans and a white t-shirt.
Exactly.
Classic, classic.
That's a uniform.
Yeah.
That's a uniform. So yeah, those will be pieces that I don't invest as much in.
Okay. So this leads perfectly into our second point, which was like learning to match more expensive and less expensive things together to switch up your outfit a bit. So where would you go, since we already kind of touched on that in the first point, to go shopping for some lower end, cheaper pieces?
So Arquette is another brand that is kind of like Zara, but a little bit more expensive, where you can get some good classic pieces for honestly a good budget. And if you're looking for more seasonal pieces that you don't think that you'll wear as often, I would say definitely go for more high street brands.
Okay. I remember once Kelly told me that Mango was a great place to go for, I don't know if you remember this, for like really trendy stuff. And it's true that that's where I would tend to go when I want to buy something that is like very in style right now, but I know that I will never be wearing that like 2 years down the road. So, and plus the quality obviously isn't as good as some of the places that you were saying to go for investment pieces, so you know it won't last too long.
Yeah, we're seeing a really big trend right now of girls who are actually going into more sustainable mindsets. So less and less people are like going to Zara and Mango.
Yeah, and I don't know if you've noticed, but all of those like the Zaras and the Mangos are really starting to have these like eco lines that are coming out that are actually quite above in terms of price point because it's sustainable fashion, but you can still, they're still not as expensive as where you're going for investment pieces. So if you're looking for sustainable fashion, that could also be a good way to go.
Point number 3, you have to think about the small details. A lot of our more classic pieces will sometimes have little details that'll just make it a little bit different and make you stand out more. In my case, for example, I brought a blouse with you here that's just really plain white, but there's this collar that I don't know.
Yeah, there you go. You can
there
see
you go.
Their little hands grabbing at you.
Little hands, and every time I wear this blouse, I get compliments about the fact that it has some really nice details.
It even has like some little details here. You can see there's also hands on the little part of the
cuff.
Thank you. I'm so unfashionable that I don't even know the name of a cuff. On the cuff you also have the little hands. So it's true that you can take like something that's supposed to be a very classic piece and just have some tiny detailing on it, and it kind of ups a bit how fashionable it is. And
yeah, that can be in the shape of what you're wearing or in little details like we just showed you.
Silhouette is my absolute favorite because as Kelly spent a lot of time in the US, especially around high school, she's very aware about all of the fabulous cleavage I used to see in the US and I used to love putting on display. And I don't do it anymore at all. And I would say that the silhouette and kind of like a plunging neckline is very, I mean, I don't actually almost ever see cleavage in Paris.
No, we're not so much about cleavage. You'll see more girls showing their legs or trying to hint at a body part. But
it's more subtle.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. You'll never see deep V's unless someone, I mean, maybe is going out for like a night out and it's
something a bit like more fancier. And also, I mean, this is obviously generalization, but I would say that most of the women wearing plunging necklines for something very fancy often don't have a very in-your-face chest. So it comes off as being like very subtly sexy.
Completely.
So that's kind of different. And then in terms of like the silhouette of what your body shape would look like, do you have like a Parisian way that you think people dress? Because sometimes I think it's like not too tight but not too loose either.
I would say Parisians tend to shy away from anything that's too bodycon. So you'll see if someone's wearing a tight dress, they'll be maybe wearing like an oversized blazer or some jeans that are a little looser. You don't really see a lot of people wearing tight everything.
Okay, so if you want to look Parisian, you're going to have to put your little bodycon dresses away for a little bit.
Exactly. So our next point is neutrals. Parisians tend to shy away from really bright colors in their wardrobe.
That makes me very sad, everybody, because I'm going to tell you that every time I go back to the US and I see all of my friends in their beautiful, colorful outfits, I'm like, oh, why didn't I bring like my most colorful dress? And it's because I don't own colors anymore. Or at least not. I would say I do own some things that are colorful, but that tends to be more in my accessories than it does in like any of my classical pieces. Like if I'm gonna go invest in something, I wouldn't go and invest in like a bright, like green blazer, for example, because I probably won't wear something so colorful all the time. So I don't know, it tends more to be like my jewelry or my scarves. I don't know if it's the same.
This is what I was talking about with the seasonal pieces. I would say that if you're gonna go for a lot of color, it may not be something that you're gonna wear for 10 years, so maybe don't invest as much into it. And I mean, I'm not saying that Parisians don't wear color at all, because that's not true, but it'll come in accents in a wardrobe. For example, I have a pair of pink shoes that are quite flashy, but that I'll wear with just a white t-shirt and some classic jeans just to balance it out.
Even though it's a generalization to say that people don't wear a lot of color in France, it's honestly something that a lot of expats notice when they come here. They say that the French wear black, gray, and white. So, I mean, everybody's not doing that, but it really is something that's pretty reoccurring, is to just be in very neutral colors. So that brings us to our next point, which is perfect transition about jewelry. So we're lucky to have a fashion expert with us, but Kelly is also a jewelry expert, and she worked specifically in jewelry in her previous job. Very expensive jewelry, but jewelry all the same, so she knows very well the French market. So tell us a little bit about what jewelry's like in France.
I would say that, like the clothes, people tend to stay on the neutral and minimal side of jewelry.
Surprise!
So I mean gold, silver, but just really plain and sometimes really thin jewelry. That's a really big trend lately. A lot of thin,
and like dainty,
thin bracelets, thin necklaces, and sometimes they'll balance it off with some bigger earrings, but still not a lot of color, I would say. Not a lot of bright stones and things like that.
What is your favorite, if we don't have to think about budget, what would be your favorite jewelry brand?
There's a jewelry brand that I particularly like because they're very minimal and graphic. It's Repossi. But that's if I had an unlimited budget.
And if you had a limited budget, what would you say is?
Ooh, that's hard. That is really hard because there are a lot of little brands popping up on Instagram. There's a little brand called Ginette, which is quite cute and has some dainty jewelry in gold. So I think I would
Is
go
it
for that.
Ginette New York? Like NY afterwards? Yeah.
Ginette New York.
And you can find that like in the Bon Marché, and also I feel like they have maybe a boutique in the Marais. Anyways, you can find it pretty easily around Paris if you're interested in checking it out.
Exactly. So our next point is all about beauty, makeup. So yeah, women in Paris tend to stay very natural once again.
Once again, there's a theme through this running video. Stay natural and you'll look French.
But there's this thing where people think that women in Paris don't wear makeup, but that's not true. No. They're just trying to make you think that they're not wearing makeup. Yeah, exactly. You're supposed to look like you've made no effort, but then walk out looking fabulous. So it's not always easy to pull off, but I would say, that I work for a cosmetics company, and I would say in the French market, people have their couple of products that they really rely on, and I would say that that was like mascara, a bit of blush, and some like cover up or foundation. But I don't, for example, I've never really seen like someone out with like a bunch of contouring on their face or a bunch of like really like deep foundation. During the day, especially like I would say at work, you see very little makeup. Like people are quite natural, and of course when you go out, you're dressing yourself up a bit more, and so maybe you've got a splash of lipstick on or you've got like eyeliner, but I don't know that most people's beauty makeup routine in Paris is more than like 3 or 4 products at a time. No, they'll tend to not cake things on. Yeah. I would say that if they're having some blemishes, I would say a Parisian would rather let the blemishes show a bit rather than cake on the makeup. And just have it kind of like go away naturally. So like the running theme in this whole video, natural, let your natural beauty shine through. Exactly. I would say that the French take natural hair to another level in terms of the rest of their fashion. They will definitely go outside with a hairstyle that looks a little bit disheveled, like kind of like I just woke up, I've got a bit of bedhead, but at the same time, it like falls perfectly around their face. So it kind of goes with this like routine of looking like you didn't try, but everything kind of comes together naturally. Yeah. I don't know if it's like, this is super cliche, but when I think of a French woman's hair, I think of dark hair that's, shoulder length, and that's kind of got like waves and crunchies, and I don't know if you would... That's true. I would say, actually, I don't know how they do it. Yeah. Because I came from the States, so for a long time when I was in Paris, I was still straightening my hair. And
Yeah.
I'm slowly getting into this.
You're slowly letting it get wavy again.
But they don't really straighten their hair or curl their hair. And if they do curl their hair, it won't look like they curl their hair,
no,
which is crazy. I don't know how they do it, but it's props on them.
So the last thing that we're going to do are some rapid fire fashion questions for Kelly. She has not seen the questions, and so you have to say exactly what you think when you come to mind. Okay, ready? Heels or flats?
Flats.
Summer fashion or winter fashion?
Ooh, summer fashion.
Lipstick or lip gloss?
Lipstick.
Red lips or neutral lips?
Neutral
Oh,
lips.
I knew this one. She doesn't wear a lot of lipstick, so I figured. Short hair or long hair?
Ooh, this one's hard. Short hair?
Yeah, but you're getting
I'm
longer. Shopping at Le Bon Marché or Les Champs-Élysées?
Le Bon Marché.
Favorite two-color combo? If you had to put two colors together in an outfit.
White and blue?
Yeah. She wants to say white and black. She wants to be very French, but you went with the white and blue.
I thought about blue because of jeans, so that's cheating.
Jeans or skirt?
Jeans.
Your style icon?
A girl called Monica Ainley.
One trend that doesn't work for you?
Super wide pants. I'm short. I can't do that.
The best fashion purchase of your life?
Levi's. Levi jeans. Always.
Your biggest purchase regret?
Ooh. I bought a pink blazer.
You don't love.
Didn't work out.
Yeah, it's colorful, so it didn't work out here in Paris. Your go-to song when getting ready?
Anything by Angèle right now.
And, Angèle. And one essential piece in your wardrobe that you would never give up?
A white t-shirt.
Sure. Thanks guys for joining us today for all of our tips of dressing like a Parisian woman. Thank you to Kelly for coming and sharing all of her fashion expertise with us. As I said, you can get the one-pager below with the 10 essential things to have in your wardrobe if you want to dress like a French woman. And otherwise, until next time, bisous!